You are never going to grow in faith if you don't understand the type of God that you serve. And it all comes from changing the way you think. You have to believe that you have it before you have it. Oh my gosh, y'all gonna maybe start preaching up in here. You have to believe that you have it before you have it. I'm telling you. So if you're believing God for a new car, you have to believe I already have the car. It's already mine, right? I'm just waiting for God to give it to me. That's the type of mindset you gotta have. Like, I know it's already mine. I'm just waiting for God to give it to me, because God can make it happen for me. Like, just like that. So I'm just waiting for him to give me the car. If you're believing God for a house, the house is already mine. Oh my gosh, y'all, come on, man. The house is already mine. That new position at my job is already mine. I have it because of the type of God that I serve. Now I'm just waiting on God to give me what I'm asking for. The type of mindset that you have to have with God is knowing that he can, right? Knowing that he can, it's just about when. Knowing that he can do it, now it's just about when he wants to do it. That's one of the biggest things that pulled me out of that. You have to know the type of God that you serve. If you can't get over that, if you can't break through that brick wall of knowing the type of God that you serve, knowing how powerful, how mighty he is, you're never going to grow in faith. You are never going to grow in faith if you don't understand the type of God that you serve. You're never going to grow in faith. Just like your father, whatever. A lot of people, a lot of kids depend on their father for a lot of things, right? And when your father comes through for you, the faith starts to build. Why? Because you know that he can do it. If you ask your father for a new toy, right? You know that your father can get that new toy because you've seen what he done, right? And a lot of us, God has done a lot of things for us. We just act like we don't want to remember that. We just want to act like, oh, that wasn't nothing. Like, God didn't, that was cool and all, but God didn't really do. Like, we don't want to use that as like, whoa. So this means he is real. This means he is powerful. So why can't he do this for me again? And when you start to ask yourself those questions, you start to understand, like, man, I serve a big and mighty God. And it all comes from changing the way you think. And I'm gonna say that this whole video. You gotta change the way you think. I'm telling you, you gotta change the way you look at life. I don't look at life the same. I believe I can have the house that I want. I know I can have it, and it's already mine. I believe I can have that nice car. Why? Because I believe it's already mine. It's in my possession. I have it. It's mine, right? It's mine. I believe that I can build buildings and homes for people. Like, I believe that I can have this movement for young men, and like, I believe that I can have this stuff. Why? Because of the type of God that I serve, and I know that he can do it for me. There's no way around that. There's no way you can make me think that I can't have this. Why? Because I renewed my mind. I changed the way that I think. And today I'm encouraging you to change the way that you think. Change the way that you look at life. Believe that you can have everything in this life. Right? A lot of the times, us believers believe that we should be broke. I'm serious. We believe that we should be broke. We believe that we shouldn't have this stuff. Oh no, we gotta stay humble. Like, no, we can't have none of that. We believe that we're supposed to be that way, when that's not true. We're supposed to live abundantly, fruitfully, right? We're supposed to be the lender and not the borrower. So, and it's not about having all these riches and being rich and famous. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. But I do believe as believers we should be wealthy. But in order for you to be wealthy and successful in life, you gotta change the way you think. You gotta renew your mind. And you're never gonna grow in faith and believing that you can have something if you don't renew your mind. It's impossible. It's impossible. Right? Faith pleases God. When you have faith, it pleases God. Why? Because it shows that you trust Him. It shows that you trust Him. I trust God. I believe that God can move mountains for me. I truly do. And there's nothing you can say about that. But until you believe that, until you change the way you think about God, you will never, ever, I'm telling you, you will never have faith. You will never have faith. And another thing that helps, going back to my old video, is relationship, right? In order to build that faith, you gotta have a relationship. You gotta know Him. You gotta know who He is, what He's capable of, what He can do. There's nothing that God can't do except for be a liar. The only thing that God can't do is lie. That's it. But you have to know the type of God that you serve in order to have faith in Him, right? So I encourage you today, right, to understand the type of God that you serve. I encourage you today to really seek and ask yourself, man, why do I have a lack of faith? Is it because I just don't know God? Is it because I just don't understand Him? Is it because, like, I don't have a renewed mind? Like, what about me is not understanding and having faith in God? And I promise you, God will reveal that to you. God will literally show that to you and say, boom, this is why you don't have faith in me. Because you don't know me. Because you haven't renewed your mind. You haven't changed the way you thought. I mean, think, you know? So that's it for this video, man. I want you to take this and I really want you to digest what I'm saying. And I want you to understand, you will never be able to have faith in God until you change your mind. Until you change your mind, change the way that you think, and you will have faith that supersedes your whole understanding. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video, man. Let's go.